Hello everyone, it's Infinity Gamer here, and I have managed to rope in a 40k playing buddy into his first ever game of Code 1. Fantastic opportunity here for me to show him the ropes, but also show you Code 1 if you've never ever played it before. This is going to be a slightly slower game than you might see with the battle reports, but that's because we're going to be explaining everything as we go. So if you've never played Infinity, if you've never played Code 1, this is the perfect place for you to start and see what a game is actually like. So let's buckle up, buckle in, and let's see what's going on, and let's join the game in progress and see how we start an actual game of Infinity Code 1. Okay, so what we start with is your sheet of paper.
Yes.
You've got yours, I don't have mine. Thank you. No, that's yours. First thing we're going to do is determine who goes first, and the way we're going to do that is decide who gets initiative. And that's a simple roll, but looking at your lieutenant's skill attributes. So we both have our little fancy cheat sheets.
Yep.
And you're looking at your lieutenant, who
That's my gamma.
is your gamma.
Yep.
Usually secret information, but not for demo games, because there's no point.
I'll just pretend that we don't know that. We can edit that out. Okay, I know who my lieutenant is, yep.
And then what we're going to do is do a whip roll. So you're looking at their whip, their willpower attribute.
Yep.
And the idea is that we're doing a face-to-face. So we're going to roll the dice, and the aim is going to be to try and roll lower than your whip value.
Okay.
So mine is higher than my whip value, so I fail.
Mine is the same.
So you have got what we typically call a critical success, because you've gotten exactly the number that you were after.
Right.
So you were successful, and you got the highest successful result. So you won the initiative. You get two choices at this stage of the game. You can either decide the turn order of the whole game.
As in if I go first and you go second?
Yep.
Yep.
Or you can decide which side we deploy at and who deploys first. So that last one is confusingly the same thing. So you would choose deployment sides and deployment order, or you get to choose the game order.
Or game order. Right, okay. Is there any advantages to going first or second?
Sometimes. So depending on the mission, especially missions like supplies, which we're playing, where it's scored at the end of the game, going second might be beneficial, because then you can do your last minute dash to try and score points.
So this mission is about holding supply objectives. What are they?
So we've got three objectives here.
Oh, these three little
These
antennas?
three little antennas.
Yep.
So the idea is that we each have a specialist who can go up to there, do a roll, and if successful, you'll be pulling a supply box from that, and then you own that supply box, and we get points for who has.
So this little objective doesn't move with us. We just is there a marker?
You get like a little box. Yeah, we've got little box markers.
Okay. Yeah.
To show who's carrying one.
So can you? Only my specialist can carry
Correct.
a marker, and they can only carry one at a time.
Correct.
And
they can pass that on to a different model so they can go back and get more, or they can drop it.
So what's the difference between passing it on and only one being able to carry it? Only the specialist being able to carry it? Only specialist can retrieve it?
Correct.
Oh, but anyone can carry it. So you can go grab it, come back, give it to someone else, and go grab another one?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I can get it from the same one over and over?
No, they only contain one supply box.
Each? Oh, right. So if you grab it, I can't go to the same one?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'll... So which one just dictates who goes first? I get to pick.
Yeah, you get to pick.
So I'll choose who goes first or second.
Turn orders.
Turn order.
Okay. So as part of your decision, you would then say what your decision is, because then that influences the next person's decision as to who goes first or not.
Oh, so then I just state if I want to go first or second?
Yeah.
I would like to go first.
You'd like to go first?
Yes.
Okay. So now I get to decide which side we deploy on and who would deploy first.
Yeah.
Sensibly, you've chosen to go first, which means if I were to deploy first, you would then be able to deploy second, knowing where all my pieces are, and you would then get first turn. So I realise this probably wasn't your master plan, but it's actually worked out being a great decision of yours.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've done fantastically well. Because of that, I'm going to make you deploy first, and for ease, I'm going to make you deploy on that side.
Cool. So where's my deployment zone?
Yeah, so your deployment zone for this mission is 8 inches from your edge.
And do I deploy all my models or just one?
You deploy all but one model.
Okay, then
better.
you deploy everything but one, and then I deploy my last one. You
Correct.
deploy the last one?
That's
okay.
exactly it.
Yeah. So where's line of sight done from?
Any point on the model silhouette.
Right. Within 8 inches. And for cover, I just got to be touching it and obscured?
Correct, but the obscure is only 3mm.
Has only 3mm needs to be covered?
Correct.
Okay.
You also get cover for just being higher than the person trying to shoot you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So height's a pretty big thing.
Height's a good thing.
And just being higher.
Correct.
So there, even if you're on another box, and can fully see me on cover still.
Correct.
Oh,
But you
unless,
have to be
unless
higher
you're
than
on a
my
box.
silhouette. Yeah, so higher than my silhouette.
So if you were there, I wouldn't. I would, but if there you wouldn't.
No, so because the top of my silhouette would be at the same level as the bottom of your
Okay,
silhouette.
so I'm better off to be partly
Yeah.
obscured. Right.
Like a little bit of cover is always a good thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So in that case, I'll go back instead.
What are we doing here?
Crusher is.
So your crusher
Am I
has a
missing a
special.
model? Oh no.
You should
no.
have 6.
Oh, okay. Right.
Your crusher has a special ability on its sheet. It says forward deployment plus 8 inches,
Yeah.
which means it can deploy 8 inches outside of your deployment zone.
And who's my specialist?
Your crusher.
There's my crusher. Right.
Now the only thing is it can't deploy touching one of these like supply boxes, but otherwise everything else is fair game.
And I'm going first.
You are indeed.
Can I go inside of that building? That.
Yeah, if you want to play it so that you can go inside, then yeah, that would be
Or like
absolutely fine.
all these buildings can I
Yeah,
go into?
yeah, we can go inside anything.
Okay. It seems inconvenient to lift them up and rearrange the map though.
Doesn't mean you can't do it.
No. Can I move over this stuff? No troubles?
Correct. Yeah, you just wouldn't be able to end your movement in the middle of like plants.
Okay.
You can also move over anything that's less than your height with no penalties.
Right.
That's a good one.
Gangbuster?
He gets infiltration, which means he can deploy anywhere in your half for free.
Right. Is there a clear halfway line?
Pretty much in line with the like these are on the halfway line.
Okay. And Crusher can move 4 and then 4. So can I say inside?
Yeah, sure.
Below there?
Yeah, no worries. But don't forget to hold one back.
Oh, I've got to hold one back, right. Okay, I think I'm done.
So that's your held back one.
Correct.
Sweet. Nice. So then it's my deployment.
So what are those?
Camo tokens.
So do they represent secret models which I don't know what they are?
Absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense. Ooh, you're going to go there? Really?
Yeah.
Really?
This is an excellent choice. So the only thing to remember with your line of sight is that you've only got like 180 degree arc of
from
fire.
the direction I'm facing?
So just make sure that you're facing the right directions before we kind of finish that.
There's no vector to that one, and yeah. So you can be within any range of me, just not combat, or something, or
Correct, yeah.
and you can deploy them as close as you like to me.
Yeah, just not in contact.
And do I do that discover action I see on here to try and work out what they are
Correct.
instead of shooting?
You
as an
can
action.
you can do a discover first short skill
Yeah.
and then a shoot, but you would declare it all as one because you're basically saying, I'm going to discover, and if I reveal it, I'm going to shoot at it.
Yeah.
But if you fail the discover, you then lose your
So
shoot.
for each one of these little action tokens, I get to do 2
2 half actions.
skills.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Then who are you? I don't have anything fancy. Tape measure. Thank you. What's the distance?
8.
So that's up to the line. That's nice and easy for me. Almost like I did it intentionally. So what I've done is I've deployed him prone, so he's lying down.
Okay, so essentially he can't be seen?
Correct, yeah.
Right.
Unless you're on like this, basically if you can see his base,
Yeah.
you can probably see him because that's how high he is when he's lying down.
Right, yeah.
That's
So it like drops the silhouette profile.
completely right.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
So that's it for me. Your held back unit.
My held back one.
Yep.
Can I borrow the measure again?
Yep. Alrighty. Easy. So my held back one is my Guilo. He is. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of options actually with how you've shut things down. So, ooh, and I don't want to give you too much. So I think I'm just gonna look him in here. Oh, no, that's a bit too dangerous. Done. So now we get into the game.
So
You decided to go first.
just for recaps, there's like reactions, eh?
Correct, yeah. So when you activate a model by spending an order on it,
Yeah.
we'll check to see if I can see or do anything.
Yeah.
And then how you break down spending an order is you'll announce that you're going to spend a command token on one.
Yeah.
You'll spend your first half on an action.
Mm.
Then we'll wait for any AROs. And then depending on what I declare, that might change what you want to do for your second order. So
Right.
always good for you to wait and see. what
So
I'm gonna
if, for example, I just say this guy's gonna move for his first half.
Yeah.
I don't move him yet, eh?
You will move him because that might dictate what can end up seeing.
Okay, so does your ARO happen once I've finished that move?
Yeah, so you'll do your move,
Yeah.
then we'll check if at any point of that ARO things could see,
Yeah.
and then my AROs can happen at any point of that movement.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So in order to generate orders, which is kind of like how you would then decide what to do,
Yeah.
for every model you still have alive,
Yeah.
you would generate a regular order.
So I have my 6.
Yep.
Plus, is it correct that I have my lieutenant one, which can only be used on my lieutenant if I want to reveal who my lieutenant is?
Absolutely right.
Right.
So that now goes into a pool with,
lieutenant?
and you can you do have one,
Yeah.
and then you can spend your pool however you like on those models. So you could spend them all on one model.
Yeah.
You can spend them split however you like.
Just to recap, to take a box is half an action.
Yeah, so you would. It's a special name for it. It's an action, so it comes up as in the mission as pick up supply box. It's
Yeah.
a short skill, so you can use it as one of your halves to do that.
Right.
Only a specialist trooper can do it.
Yeah.
You grab the supply box and
Okay.
then take it with you.
And can I do AROs to you doing AROs?
No.
Okay. What is it required to give a supply box to another?
How it's typically played is that when you get into silhouette contact with a
Yeah.
model that has a supply token, you can basically grab it.
So, is this normal practice? I can ask who can currently see.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you want to do something and you want to go, can anyone currently see that? That's all
So
open.
is it just those two at the moment?
So that one can't see because he's prone.
Oh, correct. Yeah.
And he
Can't.
won't be able to see through the gap in the building, so no one can see that trooper. He can see. You're right. That camo
But I
token
don't
can
know what
see.
that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's clearly one of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I will move. Is there an indicator of where you put these, or you flip them?
Yeah. You basically just flip him to just like identify that you've spent it.
So I'll spend one.
Yeah.
I will spend one to move that guy.
So you're going to activate him and move.
Yep.
So what you would do is now do your movement part of your action.
Yeah, and I can jump over this.
Yep.
So I will go to.
So obviously now that's the end of yours, and now we'll check to see if there's any AROs.
Yep.
The only ARO I do have is that one.
Does doing your ARO reveal who it is?
Unfortunately for camo markers, yes.
Yeah.
If I choose to do anything that would involve a dice roll, like shoot at you, or even dodge,
Yeah.
then I'd have to reveal what that is.
Right.
So,
Oh, and direction makes a difference. No, I'm good.
yeah. I think I'm going to have to reveal it and shoot. So I have to announce my entire ARO, so that then when you're thinking about your second short skill,
Yeah.
you know all of the information.
So do we resolve that ARO before I do my second?
No, so all I'm doing at the moment is saying that I'm going to reveal this as a shrouded, and my ARO is going to be to shoot at you.
Right.
So now based on that information, you can then decide what you want your second short skill to be, because it might be slightly different to what you had originally planned for it to
And
be.
you only get to ARO once per one of my actions? Or once per turn, or
Per every action.
per every action? Okay. So if no matter what I declare to do, So I will
So the things,
attempt to take a supply box.
well, the things to remember is that
Yeah.
I've got a couple of this guy is like a surprise attack specialist.
Okay.
So he's going to have, he might have range in his favour for shooting.
Yeah.
He will have, like a surprise attack, which will give him bonuses.
As in, is that more benefits to you for coming out of camouflage?
Correct. Yeah, he's going to be more lethal.
Okay, so I might be better off to try and
Do something
avoid
like a
this
dodge.
one,
Yeah. So either
and then start on my next one and take one because he's not coming out of it.
completely right. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I will attempt to dodge.
Dodge is a great idea.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to be shooting at you.
Yeah.
But it's now a face-to-face roll because the outcome of your dodge will impact whether my shot hits you.
Okay.
Whereas with something like you grabbing the supply box, because I would have hit you anyway, my shots would have just gone through uncontested.
You
So this
definitely
is
would have hit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay,
With the
yeah.
distance I am, and
A very high chance, right? Okay. Yeah.
so dodge is a great idea.
Yeah.
So for a dodge, you're doing a roll against your PH. You're still suffering a -3 because I'm doing my surprise attack, but that's all the mods you would suffer.
So I've got to roll equal to and less than, or just less than, or
Equal to or less than. If you roll, if you
Exact.
roll exactly, then no matter what the outcome of my dice are,
Yeah.
you're going to win and cancel.
so. Well, I take it we don't keep stats secret.
No.
No. So here's a pH of 12.
Yeah.
So with the -3, do I have to roll exactly 9, or if I roll exactly
9
12?
or lower.
Yeah.
9 or lower.
And so that 9 counts as that critical dodge.
Absolutely right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do I do that first, or do we
No,
do
we'll
that
do it at the same time because it's all happening at once.
Yeah.
So my shot is normally at BS 12.
Yeah.
I'll now check range just to see if I get any range modifiers for my weapon, which on this guy is a combi rifle. So, yep, because we're within 16, I get +3. And then surprise shot, I believe, only negatively impacts you. So I'm looking for 15s on my shot,
Yeah.
and you're looking for 9s on yours.
Okay.
I'm still only one shot though because I'm doing this in ARO.
Yeah.
So your 9 beats my 3.
Yeah.
So you have successfully dodged this attack.
Okay. I had no idea how terrifying that attack was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
So was there bonuses from that from coming out of that?
correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
So now
well,
that I'm out,
What was the bonus?
+3, -3 for you.
Yeah.
To that dodge.
Okay.
roll,
So
yeah.
for my next dodge will be at 12.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've dodged. Right. So now I can spend another action.
Correct. And now I'm also revealed. So now you don't have to do any discovers to try and
Yeah.
see me.
Can I?
Yeah. So the thing with measuring in Infinity
Yeah.
is that you generally can't measure until you've declared the action.
Oh, okay. Are you allowed to go like that?
I try and get away with it all the time, and yet I'm still told apparently that's pre-measuring.
Okay. Right.
But there are obviously things like we know that this is 24 inches wide.
Yeah.
And we know our deployment zones are like 8 inches,
Yeah.
so you can use those.
How
for
many?
references.
Can I ask how many wounds that guy has?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So the Shrouded has 1 wound.
Right. So I will be the same. As far as shooting goes, sorry, these two are pretty much the same.
Really similar.
Yeah. So I will shoot with.
Okay, so the first thing, obviously, you'd activate the model.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You turn it.
yeah.
And then if you're going to move, you
Yeah.
declare as move. But if you
Yeah.
don't really want to do anything, you just say, I'm going to idle.
But can I shoot twice?
No, you can only shoot
Oh.
once.
Okay. So if I say idle, we can still. ARO?
Idle will trigger all AROs, but it
And you
means
get to
that
arrow against the model I activate?
correct.
Or
If I
against
can
any
see
model?
it.
Okay, yeah. And that's the gamma?
That is the gamma.
I will idle that one.
So you can idle with the gamma.
Oh, is it, so I'm going to explain my intention so you can steer me in
Yeah.
the best direction. I'm planning to shoot at her.
Yep.
Is that the best option to do? To go idle?
Yeah, it is actually, because your HMG is actually a fairly longish range gun.
Yeah.
So choosing the one that is slightly further back. Is
Oh, but I mean, like, I shouldn't pick like to dodge or something like that.
No, idle's a good start because you don't know what I'm going to do yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So you've idled. Oh, HMG's a pretty powerful gun. Oh, I've got cover. I've got mimetism. So that's -6 in total for both of those. But then that's all I've got to my advantage. But you're doing 4 shots with an HMG, and your guy's got good shooting. I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to shoot at you back with my combi rifle.
Okay. So these actions happen at the same time?
Yep. So I've now declared my ARO, so now you declare your second short skill.
Am I allowed to touch your dice?
Of course you
On
are.
my 4th one. And now I measure?
Yeah, so now we measure distances, because you're going to shoot with your second short skill.
So if it's between 16 and 32, which is my guess, it would be +3. It's under 16.
Okay, so you would then be in the next range band.
Which is, less. So it's not +3.
No, so that's a -3.
Oh, no,
sorry. For heavy machine gun,
Because it's not under
you'll be
6.
at 0.
Yeah, 0. Okay.
Whereas for a combi rifle for me, up to 16 is +3. So I'm +3 for my range.
Yeah.
You're 0s.
Yeah.
You're in cover.
Oh, so I would have actually been better at being further back.
If you can get further, yeah. So if you want, to, because we're still learning, if you want to move a bit further back, if you think you can get back to the distance, you absolutely should.
Yeah, because it's like half an inch. Yeah. But I didn't know where you were. I mean, when I deployed.
No, well, that's the thing.
Yeah. But I don't know.
You could have moved as your first short skill either way.
Yeah, well, I think I would have just known the range side of it, just tried to keep that same line of sight that I was going for, but at maximum possible range.
Absolutely right.
I don't know if that'll put me out of 16. No, so I'm still inside of 16.
You're going to be within 16.
But that's where I would have been.
Yeah.
So
you're going to be within 16 either way.
Yeah.
So for you, I've got cover, so that's -3 for you to hit.
What stat am I looking at here? My BS?
Your BS.
Yeah.
So you're -3.
Yeah.
Plus I've got mimetism -3.
Yeah.
Which is another. So you're on -6 on your BS skill.
Yeah.
For you, I'm +3 for range, -3 for cover, so I'm on straights.
Right, and I'm on 8.
You're on 8 with 4 dice.
And what's the critical? 8?
8.
Right, okay.
I'm on 1 on 12. Oh, okay, so my 11 is a success.
I got a 5, a 5, a 2, and a 19.
Okay, brilliant. So I hit you
Yeah.
because my 11 is the highest successful dice, and it cancels out all successful lower dice.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
rolling low is not bad. I want to roll as close as possible to the...
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. I thought I did awesome.
You
Right.
did.
Yeah.
So I've got 1 hit on you.
Yeah.
So now what we'll be doing is your armor save,
Right.
just to see if you take any wounds.
Yeah.
Now the damage of my weapon, which is a combi rifle, is 13. So you would make 1 saving throw, and the aim is to get higher than 13, but we can add your armor and cover. So because you're in cover, you get +3 to your saving roll.
Right.
Whatever your ARM value is,
6?
yeah, so you get to add
plus
that
9 to this.
+9.
And what's your damage?
13. So 8 is perfectly successful.
17?
You've saved.
5. Okay.
So nothing happens to you,
Yeah.
and that's just the end of your order.
Right. I'm going to try that again.
I love it.
Because I can do that, eh?
Yeah, you can do that as many times as
So
you like.
I will...
Idle.
Now,
You can keep moving.
can I re-measure that now that I've already measured it before? Or is that considered bad?
Yeah,
Either
so
case.
because you might be moving, you might be changing the distance. So what you'll do is you'll do your first short skills.
Or can I measure where I am now just to you?
Well, what you can do is you can measure your movement distance, you can move it,
Yeah.
but only once you've declared your BS shoot can you measure the distance.
So when I measured before for range, I should have also made a note of
How
where I
far
need to
away you
get
are.
to
Yeah.
be out. Okay. So I can't re-measure that range now.
No, not until we're shooting
Yeah,
next.
Okay. No, I'll stay there then, because I don't think I can get out of range.
Okay.
I'll do the idle.
Okay, so you're going to do an idle.
Yeah.
I'm going to declare. This should be a stupid move because I shouldn't typically beat that many dice.
Yeah.
But I still fancy my odds, so I'm going to shoot you back.
It's all the same maths as before.
Same maths, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no differences at all.
Well,
So
I'm
I'm
eight.
aiming for 12s, you're aiming for 8s.
Yeah.
2,
5.
5, and 6
Six.
are successful. So you've hit me twice.
Yeah.
I've now got to do 2 armor saves on both successful
Right.
ones. Now I'll get +3 for cover, and my armor value is 0. So I don't get any bonuses. And what's your damage on your HMG?
15.
Oh! Alright, let's roll this and see. 10 and a 6. So even with my 3, neither are good enough. So that's taken 2 hits.
Yeah.
Now, I only have 1 wound. So the fact that I've dropped below my wounds attribute means that this model goes straight off the table and is dead completely.
Oh, okay. As opposed to
if it had only lost 1, it would be unconscious and stay on the table.
Yeah.
But this is gone. Gone for good.
Do you want to look dead models up for me?
So very successful.
Okay, cool. Right, so now for my next action,
Yep.
I will move this guy. I don't move through walls, I move around everything.
You move around pretty much everything. Only if
Yeah.
it's lower than you can you.
Right. So that's like, can you move half? Like 2.5 and then 1.5?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, so as part of your first short skill?
Yeah.
No, you'd move your full 4.
Oh,
however
but I
much-
mean, like, it's.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you
you're
go
just
around
trying to get
corners.
around. Yeah. So I'll move inside there to him.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have a little marker for his crate?
Oh, you didn't pick it up because you decided to dodge for your second short skill.
Oh, so
But-
sorry, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
So you can stay doing this.
Yeah.
So you've done your first short skill.
Yeah.
You now attract AROs, but you can declare your second short skill as trying to pick up the box. Even though at the end of your first short skill you're not in contact, everything happens at once.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So, yeah. Okay, so I will do that as my first.
Yeah, your first short skill.
Yeah.
There's no AROs because nothing can see you, so now you can declare your second.
But no, but I wanted to do that as the first in case I didn't pick it up, though. Didn't I? Because I've got to roll to pick it up.
You can't do a pick up as your first action. You can only do like move and idle as your first
Oh,
short skill.
okay.
So the risk here is that obviously you might not pick it up and you've got to go back and do it.
Yeah. But I've got
But
to
it
do
might be
but
worth
it's
a
always,
risk.
it's always as my second, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make too much of a difference.
No. Spending a short skill but without needing a roll. So you basically just pick it
Oh,
up.
you see, pick it
Yeah,
up. Okay.
Pick it up.
Yeah, so I'll do another one.
Yeah.
And declare him to give.
Perfect. That's
And then I'm going to
Definitely.
do. This is my second part 4. Oh, I can't get it from the same one. So 1 out, 3 out to move to there.
perfect. Yeah, that's all perfect.
Yep. And then another one to move 4 inches. Actually, I really want to push this movement.
Yeah, and we know that basically just by getting into contact with it, you would grab it.
What's the rules of moving a model after you've moved it? Like, is it considered bad etiquette?
Yeah, so your first
Yeah.
short. I mean, as long as you're saying like, why you're doing it, so.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if I should have gone somewhere else.
No, I'm sure you
Yeah,
can.
yeah. Okay.
As long as it's within your movement value, then there's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problems to it.
So instead, I'm going to go to there.
Yeah.
So I'm touching that building.
Yeah. Oh, so you'll get the cover because you'll be touching it. So that's
Yeah,
good.
because I don't think I'm going to be able to get away.
Yeah.
Where are your models? Up there?
Oh, hidden everywhere.
Yeah. And I have to be partly obscured, don't I?
Correct. Yeah.
So is there an ARO I can do to get out of move?
Yeah. So like dodge.
Yeah.
You would actually be able to move 2 inches if you successfully dodged.
Okay, in that case, I'll stick back here.
Okay. I mean that will count as cover as
Yeah.
a piece of the terrain.
Oh, the
Yeah.
unit does. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And I'll pick up that,
We pick up that one.
the supply box. Yeah.
Done. Grab
Oh, right.
another data pack thing. Done. All right. So very lucrative first turn. You've got 2.
And so I can spend that if I wanted to announce who my lieutenant is.
Correct.
But I don't because it's top secret, not that I blurted it out beforehand.
You might not need it just yet. Right, so now I generate orders. Now you've killed one of my units, so that's going to mean 1 less for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I've still got that one on the table, that one, and that one. So I still have 4 units, and my lieutenant is still alive. So yeah, 4 orders. That's plenty. First order, I'm going to activate Sheskin, who is the model down here.
Mm-hmm.
She is going to move 6 to go kind of 3 to the corner and then 3 to the corner. Just want to be able to just see your annoying little dude there.
So,
Yep.
the old ARO.
Yep.
Sorry, refresh me on who this is.
Your Crusher.
My Crusher?
Wesley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher. And the gun is a submachine gun, which is 8 inches plus 3. Damage is 13.
Now, because you're an ARO, you're only going to be doing one shot,
Oh, right.
regardless of what the burst value is. on
This,
the
the
guns.
heavy shear gun is most likely to be 0, but it's still one shot no matter what.
Yeah.
At 15 damage. So I can ARO to dodge, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so I will ARO to dodge.
On your crusher.
Yeah.
So your Omega's gonna be a shoot.
Oh, because I can do multiple AROs?
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
do
okay.
So he could
Yeah.
dodge if you wanted, or
Right, yeah, so, and it's per action. So,
Yeah.
he's gonna, everyone that can see that model can ARO.
yes, correct.
Right, okay, yeah, so dodge and shoot.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So for my second short skill,
Mm-hmm.
going to put all of my shots into the Omega.
Is that what friends do to each other?
That is what friends do to each other. Especially when it's an Omega. It's gonna be very difficult to kill anyway.
Wasn't there a dead model?
Oh yeah, it was. That is kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna shoot with my Red Fury at your Omega.
Cool.
So now, in terms of face-to-face rolls, there's no face-to-face roll with the Crusher.
Yeah.
That can just roll to see if it successfully dodges.
What do I need to roll to dodge?
You just equal to or lower than your PH.
PH.
Yeah.
Which I failed.
Then nothing happens.
Okay.
Um,
And then this guy gets to...
So he's going to shoot at me,
Yeah.
and I'm going to shoot at him. So the first thing we do is obviously measure ranges.
16 is the key in this, isn't it?
That's for you and your HMG, but not for me. So there. That's...
Where do we measure to? Edge to
Oh
edge?
yeah, it's edge to edge.
Yeah, so that's about 15.
Okay, so you're within 16.
Yeah.
We're both within 16.
Yeah.
Of our shots either way.
Yeah.
So my Red Fury is +3 at this range,
Mm-hmm.
and your HMG is zeros.
Correct.
So I kind of have cover, but don't. So my guy doesn't usually get cover, but has like permanent cover walking around, regardless of whether they're touching cover.
So why wouldn't you have cover?
Because I have this nano screen,
Yeah.
I can't then also have cover. So it's either or.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
But because I don't need to be touching cover to get it, it's better.
But is it the same
It's
negative
exactly
3?
the same. So
Okay,
negative
right.
3 for you.
Yeah.
So you're only suffering a negative 3.
Yeah.
Your Omega, does he have any mimetism?
Yes. Negative 6.
Right. So you're negative 6, and you're higher than me, which means you get cover.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting on -9s for your mods,
Right.
but then +3 for range. So I'm -6,
Right, yeah.
and you are
Negative 3.
only negative 3 thanks to my nano screen.
Right.
Okay, so I am trying to hit you on 15 -6 is 9s.
No, and I'm trying to hit you on 11s.
9s and 11s.
And
Well,
those,
I'm doing
and those numbers are the criticals.
correct.
Yeah.
But I'm doing it with 4 Red Fury is 4 dice.
Right.
Okay, so I've got an 8, a 2, and a 4. Your 5 is successful and higher than my 2 and my 4.
Yeah.
So we'd cancel those 2 out. But then my 8 is higher than your 5.
So cancels that out.
So hit with 1.
Right.
1, 8. So now you've got to make a save.
Mm-hmm.
It's a damage 13. You're in cover, you've got your armor.
So 7 is the total for that. So 4 and the cover.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
Do I roll that dice?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
okay.
roll, and then we add it to see if you're higher than the damage of the weapon. 4 plus 7 is going to be 11, and I'm damaged 13, so you'll take 1 wound.
Okay, how do we track wounds?
We have wound trackers. Here's one I prepared earlier. There you go. You have 1 wound.
So we're not
How many
friends
wound-
anymore?
We are not friends anymore. How many wounds does your Omega have?
2.
2. So you've got 1 wound left.
So you track remaining or track...
Either way.
Oh, okay,
People
yeah,
are different.
yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
to track remaining.
Yeah.
Sweet. So that's the end of that order.
Correct.
Next order, I am going to use Sheskin again. Do you mind if I have the tape measure? Thank you. Sheskin is then going to, so she's got a 6-2 move, 6-4 move, that's running, and is going to go into base-to-base, into silhouette contact with your Crusher. So that's my first short skill.
Mm-hmm.
You now declare AROs. Now, obviously, one of the things we can assume is that the Omega could see before. So at the
Yeah.
start of that movement, an ARO would be triggered with
Right.
the Omega.
Yeah. So I'll declare shooting again. And I can declare dodge to get out of.
You can indeed, yeah.
Yeah, and that would get me out of combat.
Yep. So long as I'm not doing something that would stop you from dodging, like attacking you.
Oh, and so I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yet. So if you declared attacking me, how would that affect my dodge?
It would then become a face-to-face.
Okay.
So my shot or my CC attack would then go against your dodge.
Right. And there's no downside to other than range benefits to shooting. Okay. And if you declare attack, how would that affect face to face?
It would then become.
And so what am I rolling to dodge? Sorry, PH.
It would be PH, yeah.
And what are you rolling?
Well, it depends on what I declare.
If you declared attack, what would you be rolling?
So it depends whether it's a shooting attack or whether it's a CC attack.
If it's a CC attack, what would you declare?
So my CC attack, typically I hit on 24s, but I also get bonuses because of my martial arts level, so I'll actually get a +3. Now obviously that takes us above 20.
Yeah.
So it means that we come down. So if I roll a 20, so let's say I'm hitting on 25s.
Yeah. But if I had -6,
then
you'd be hitting on 18.
But if there's no modifiers and I roll a 15, we basically take the 15 plus the 5 I am extra over 20, and that would give me 20.
So you can still get a critical?
Can still get criticals.
Okay, right. So if you choose to do
it's
CC,
easy to get criticals because then everything over a 20 is a critical.
Oh, so it's okay, right.
Yeah.
So I'd be rolling off against that if you declared close combat.
Yeah.
How many wounds does that guy have?
So my Sheskin has 2 wounds, but also has a special ability where if I do a wound to you in close combat, I gain a wound.
Okay.
But only up to 2 extra wounds.
Right. And all shooting's only 1 shot for ARO.
Correct.
Right.
At least for what we have here.
Yeah. And just recap me again on what would be your bonus to hit if you declare close combat?
+3.
+3.
Yeah, and then you'd get a -3 at the same time.
Right.
And I'd do +3.
I'm going to try and dodge and shoot as my ARO.
So the Crusher's dodging.
Yeah.
Your Omega's going to shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. I am going to put out of my 4 shots, because you can split fire.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do 3 shots into the Omega and 1 shot into the Crusher.
Right.
So they're now both face-to-face rolls, which they obviously weren't last time.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you as to which one you want to resolve first.
I'll go the shooting, I guess.
You want to go shooting?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm doing 3 shots into your Omega. It's still the same modifiers, so I think I'm hitting on 9s. And
I think I was 8.
I think you were 8s. 3, success.
Natural 20 though.
Ah, no! Doesn't matter. So my 3 goes through.
Yeah.
So you now do your armor save.
Oh, right.
On your Omega. 8 plus your armor.
4 plus
So that's
cover.
12 plus cover, which is 3, which is 15, which is higher than the 13 that I'm hitting you with.
Okay, right.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, just double checking. Sheskin's got BS attack plus 2 damage. So wait, so my damage is usually 13 plus 2, so 15. What did you roll?
I picked it up. I think it was 15.
If it was 15 exactly.
What was the total? Sorry.
If that was your total, it needs to be higher then. So if it was 15, if you want to roll again, we can just cut this seamlessly.
Yeah.
So I've got 13 but plus 2 damage, so my total damage is 15. So you need to roll higher than that to survive.
Plus my armor bonuses.
Yeah.
Which is 9.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. And I need to roll higher than 15 plus 9. Is 15. Exactly.
So you need to be higher than 15, so you take a wound.
So he would
now go unconscious.
How do I represent unconscious?
So he stays there.
Yeah.
And you pop a little unconscious token next to him. We'll take away the wound. So he doesn't generate orders anymore.
Yeah.
But in a normal game, if you had a doctor, you could resurrect him.
Back. Right. Yeah. And then we carry on to this one,
to the Crusher. Yeah.
Which I'm declaring dodge, which is a PH roll.
Correct. I'm +3 for range.
I have mimetism, -3.
Oh, okay. So my +3 for range is cancelled out straight away. I'm basically hitting on straights, BS 15.
And so
you're dodging on your PH.
And we're going against each other, right?
Yeah. So 10 to 10. So the fact that it's a pure tie means nothing happens.
Okay, for both of us.
For both of us.
Okay.
So no outcome.
Right.
That's the end of that order.
Right.
Next order. We're now in an engaged state because we're now in silhouette contact.
Yeah.
So I can't move away from you because we're locked in combat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to idle.
Okay. I'll attempt So if I move away, you can still just shoot, even if I dodge out.
Well, because that will happen at the end of this resolution,
Yeah.
you'll be 2 inches away from me if you successfully dodge.
So you couldn't do close combat.
So during this move,
Yeah.
as a face-to-face to your dodge, I'll do probably a close combat attack. And then whoever survives, then we resolve the outcomes.
Oh, because it's face to face.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'll declare dodge again.
Okay, I'm going to do a close combat attack.
Would you advise me declaring dodge?
I think it's probably your best bet.
Yeah.
But
okay, so there's nothing.
At the moment, with this being such a close combat beast, everything is a bad choice.
Yeah.
At this stage.
Yeah.
So with Sheskin, okay. So I'm doing close combat with my. So what am I? I'm using my CC weapon. So I get burst 1. Burst 1 with my close combat weapon. It's double action. So if you get a hit, you've got to make 2 saves instead of 1. And I'm hitting on 25s.
And
No, more than that, because I'm CC 24 plus 3 for martial arts level 4, so I'm hitting on 27s.
I'll say everything over 13 or higher is a critical.
Correct.
But what happens with the dodge roll then?
So your dodge roll, I
Yeah.
mean, obviously if you roll a critical dodge,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what I roll, you would have won.
Yeah.
But you also, if you roll higher than whatever I roll, including
Yeah.
my modifiers, then you'll still beat me. And you might beat some of my attacks and things like that.
Even though I failed my dodge.
You haven't failed to dodge yet.
No, but if I rolled high, say if I rolled a 20.
Oh, so you
So
need to
everything-
roll successful
Yeah.
either way.
Successful high, right.
Yeah. So we'll just roll. Let's see how far we go. So yours is successful,
Yeah.
but because mine is higher,
Yeah.
it beats yours.
Yeah.
And then because mine is then, I've got +3 on my attack, so it's a critical success.
Yeah.
So I'm now double action, so my
Yeah.
successful hit means you've got to roll 2 saving throws.
Yeah.
And
So refresh me, what's a saving throw?
so your saving throw is on your armor,
Yeah.
and you've got to roll higher than my damage,
Which is?
which is going to be 18.
Far out.
And you've got to roll 2 higher than 18.
And I've got armor of 2.
Oh, that's better than most.
I fail both.
So 2 fails.
Yeah.
So you've probably only got 1 wound on your Wesley Crusher.
Correct?
Yeah. So you would go straight to dead.
Straight to dead. I just remove the model?
Yeah. And you drop the data pack.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's all we've got time for. Hopefully you enjoyed that demo of Code 1. It is a fantastic game, and it is basically just the light version of N4, which is the full game. So if you learn Code 1, you have all of the foundations you would need to add the complexity and the extra rules and abilities that are present in N4. Now the next stage is up to you. If you do want to play a game of Infinity, the best place to go is WGC Infinity on Facebook and ask on there if you have any players locally. Someone will put their hand up, or they'll know someone to put you in touch with so that you can find a local gaming group. There's also infinitytheuniverse.com. That is where you can find the War Core. I have a video which I've linked to just up above, which is the basics of getting into Infinity, and that shows you where to go to find your local War Core. If you found that interesting, please drop a comment below to let me know how you enjoyed that, what you think of Infinity, whether you think the rules are complicated or whether you think it's a game that you want to give a go and try. Please subscribe if you did like this video. I do have more Code 1, N4 and Infinity related content on the way, so subscribe to get notified of that. And thank you very much for watching. There will be more videos coming, and I do appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Bye.